Hey, how's it? Welcome back to the channel. For this video, we're going to be helping out the SegaHolic viewer, SUSHI, and what his problem is his Sega Saturn Model 2, his controller ports are not responding, both of them.
Hey SegaHolic, this is Sushi speaking. As you can see, this is my Model 2, and I will attempt to reproduce a ground testing as you instructed.
Now initially I told him to check for ground, to see if ground was good, and I told him to use the case here on our ports and check for continuity between that and one of these prongs on the back of the power supply. But obviously that is very wrong. There is no ground on the back. The square end is neutral. This rounded end is the 120 volt leg, and on these three pronged cords you would have ground. This would be neutral and this would be your 120 volt leg. So obviously mistaken there. It was late at night, so yeah, total brain fart. But we can totally eliminate the controller ports being bad, I think, because both controller ports go to the board with its own ground. So first of all, the controller port has 9 pins. As you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The first pin being power and the last pin being ground. And these are the pins for the right here for the controller port where it connects to the board, and you can see both of them has 9 pins, so both of them has its own ground. And you can check this by going to one of the points here, these soldered points all along the board right at the edge. These are all ground. We can check this by using continuity. Now we do know the case here on the AV port and the expansion port are also ground, and we can check that. But what's interesting is this case surround here for the controller port is not ground. So there's a high degree of probability that there is nothing wrong with the controller ports. In fact, he stated that the problem arose when he inserted a new battery in the back here. To check to see if the connection from the controller port to the board is good, you can check these pins here. These pins are from the controller port and connects to the PCB. The first and last pins here are plastic pins that align the controller port when you solder them on and keep them in place, so we can ignore those. Again, this first pin should be ground. The second pin here, you can test here, the upper one. All we're doing is checking for continuity on one of these EMI filters. You can use the first or last pin on the EMI filter. Now remember, these horizontally aligned ones, these 2 pins here would be ground, and for this vertically aligned ones, this whole row right here will be ground, and we can test that. This is the middle pins for the EMI filter, and we can check it to ground here too. So that's how you would check or to see if the connection of the control ports is still good to the board. Now what's most likely wrong is there's something wrong with the SMPC chip right here, and it's going to be labeled 3155744. This controls various functions, including decoding the inputs from the controller ports. Now what could also be the problem is the battery actually has a relationship between the SMPC chip here. There used to be a reset button next to the battery on the older systems, and that used to reset the SMPC chip. So I don't know what could have had gone wrong though when he put in the battery, because the battery just can be open, obviously, because you can just take the battery out and then one of the legs just go to ground. So, and that is shown in the schematics. But yeah, if you can help out viewer Sushi, that would be great. I'm sure he would appreciate it. And here's the schematic of the controller port here and what it connects to. And this is one side, and you can tell this is the controller ports because this one has the up, down, left, right functions here. It's labeled. You can see the controller ports connect to the EMI filters here, and then they connect to the SMPC chip here again with that label 3155744. On the bottom here is here's the battery, the CR302, excuse me, the CR2032 battery. But you can see this whole section here connects to the power pin on the SMPC chip. These are just diodes here, which allows voltage only to flow in one way. So I don't know if you can rule those out, or those would have any effect on it if those go bad. And then this here, IC25, looks to be a transistor of some sort. But yeah, if you guys could help out Sushi, that'd be great, because I think this would be beyond my scope.